Hello, gamers. Hello, noobs. This is game number 17, and with me is a proud member of the Shower Gang, a very deliberate spy with whom I personally love assassinating a lot. Is constantly playing at plat level, which tells you a lot about how good he is since pretty much everyone is gold around us. He's known as handshake emoji, index and crumb, index and thumb crossed emoji. Let's welcome Brusk.
Thanks for the introduction, Pat. Yeah, I'm sorry about my long names. I know it's hard to say, but
This
I have.
is the first time I couldn't pronounce the name of someone during the introduction.
You know, if I actually go and try to pronounce my name, I'll probably fuck it up as well. So yeah, it's pretty hard.
Alright, so this is a regular game, and we have some very good players here, like JSM, Bubbles, Complex. Llama is also pretty very well, but I would say that he has some very good roles, and he has some very bad roles. So he's not really leveled, if I should say so.
Yeah, I think Lemma is not like the most consistent player, but I actually think like his weakest point, especially as a res that really shows up, is that he doesn't care much about proving the table that his res. He can solve the game, he can find the spice, but
Uh-huh.
he doesn't know how to make himself look the best. I think that's one of his biggest weaknesses.
Hmm. Well, Llama, you just heard him. You know what to work on. So wait a second. 1.3 is a pick reg.
These picks are very interesting. Like 1.1 is a on pick, and then 1.3. That's very interesting.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's not even like on the on pick people.
I mean, people will assume that he's spy just because it's simpler to do so.
I
He
mean,
will
there are a
not be
few players.
involved.
Yeah, there's a few players that don't really they use the pick reject as an actual pick reject. I talked to some players, and for example, uh, Brian that is not playing, he
Mm-hmm.
says his pick reject just means nothing. It means he's happy with how MMOs are going.
Hmm,
It's just
that's
fast moving.
well, that's quite surprising to me because I was always thinking that pick rejecting someone is actually spying them. Yeah, just spying them.
Yeah, I think it's that that's the general consensus, but I think some players don't Radiant Cowbells, for example. His pick
Mm-hmm.
reject probably doesn't mean jack shit. Probably just means he's still at you or something.
Hmm, that's interesting. Okay, and everyone's so far. So yeah, Complex is getting shot on.
Yeah, he must not be feeling very happy right now.
So Complex spy teams. If it's Complex and Llama Percy, I don't think I think 3.1 is exactly that. Right hand side and Zack. And then
Yeah, I
after it
mean,
fails, Complex is Confres.
I don't think you do 1.3 with without your cost spy being one of the hammers, right? Because it's really you're asking to not be on things, I think.
Some part of me wants it to be Complex and Zack to spies. And
That would be
to
really interesting.
that would be very creative, and I really like creative spy plays. Also, 2.1 could be saying exactly that.
And you also have a very interesting reaction there. Like Lemma just did it, does 1.4. It's what I told you, right? It doesn't look the best. It's like a throwaway pick. I don't know.
I feel like 1.4 says M1s are bad. I don't know what to pick, or I can't pick clean.
Yeah, it's definitely things he's not trying to fuck up somehow, or he's not trying to look bad or something.
Okay,
If he's
so
a spy.
he's adding. Then we see Llama will add, but he should probably be picking ninth here. So Zack and ninth because I think Bubbles, yeah, Bubbles accused. Complex didn't
Mhm.
accuse. Oh, okay. He's picking that because Complex didn't accuse and it fails. So now we probably see right hand side and Zack. No, because Bubbles picked 2.1. So Complex is being picked on 3.1. What do you think he will pick?
Oh, You mean like a JSM or complex?
JSM, yes, JSM.
JSM. Oh, I wasn't expecting this pick at all.
Oh,
Maybe that's what he planned,
it's
like because it's a very like default pick. So he just like tries. Did nobody hammer
but
block like
this
their own
is
pickers?
this is a very interesting pick. It's because of it's so good with him once, it just overrides himself.
Yeah, I guess you have to see that when like
Wait,
121
wait a
happens, right?
second. Nymph just rest Llama Percy. I don't know, I'm getting resistance vibes from Llama? How is he getting rest vibes from him?
That's very interesting. Like he's resting somebody on the mission, like instead of like.
Yeah, exactly. And what? And he said he didn't say much. Okay, nymph
Yeah,
9, if I
uh,
understand, and 1 plus 1.
Lama didn't do like anything to be rest so far. That's very interesting.
Oh, I think he says that because of 3.1. 3.1 picking Llama is very non-conventional, I'd say. Usually you avoid 2.5 picker as 1.5 because you pick 1.5 assuming that Llama is Percy, and after it fails, you have a lot of incentive to think that he's a spy. Not always, but this is just the standard.
I'm feeling weird about JSM this game. I don't think he's like a VT this game.
That's a very good point. This makes me think if he would be, because he's kinda making Llama look res for no reason. If he's a spy, then what's the point of picking top, for example, instead of like something with complex, maybe right hand side complex.
Does maybe he thinks like it's a hard thing to reject because it's just like anti 1.1. I think that like would be like his style as a spy maybe.
Oh yes, I did miss 1.1 indeed. He might be thinking that exactly, but it is complex who rejects. And I think that if I would be JSM, I would be thinking that complex is one of the main PRs on top with 1.3.
Yeah, definitely complex like it could be a PR on top.
Anti-GSM comp. I was thinking about this team. Yeah, like we mentioned, if complex does 1.3, it's probably with one of the hammers.
And this is a very weird pick, I think.
Exactly, and complex makes a very good point. He solo rejects top.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to be like a spy or marrying to pick this. You're not a VT like not picking the person that solo rejected into you, right?
So he's I can see some reasoning behind this pick. So JSM picks Llama, where people expected him to not pick him, so he gets removed for Llama, and now we are picking something. But it just makes me think, why isn't it with Complex?
Yeah, but it's also ignoring like 1.4 or like thinking of it as a throwaway pick.
Hmm.
But it's very weird, like the complex is null in this 3.2. It's very weird.
M3 so far have been surprising to me.
It's very surprising, dude. Bubbles is like a very experienced player as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she also, I think she plays more like on breeds. She doesn't like. I don't think she uses logic as much as other players. I think she's more like of a feelings person. From what I know,
Hmm.
so might explain this pick.
Oh yeah, the social reader pick.
Yeah, I know when she's playing with engineer, like they both get super buffed. They get like it's really annoying to play on their ball raz because they just find each other.
Yeah, the one downside of being a social read player is that social reads aren't logic, and then you find yourself in a very hard position when you have to explain your actions to people in
Yeah,
crit.
that's definitely true.
Because people can just jump on 3.2 and you can't say because I had a vibe.
If this is rejected, then complex should be like on every mission from
Mm-hmm.
now on, right? Yeah.
Also, there's a lot of chat this game, very chatty, and I feel like we are missing some of it.
I don't know. I think if I'm playing this game and like I'm just like a regular resistance member, I would like not like bubbles very much at this moment. Unless I'm like a Jack that got pick rejected, then maybe I like bubbles.
Hmm.
But I don't know. It looks weird.
But there's one problem. So if we like complex and we don't like bubbles, then picking team of complex and Zack together makes you think about 1.3. So like teams like left hand side and ninth aren't gonna be liked by people that much. So ninth can actually just pick one pick, anti Zack and bubbles. And if
Yeah, that's
complex and Zack are too res, then it can't pass. Because after that fails, bubbles is actually looking good. Hmm. But maybe it's just clean, anti Zack and bubbles.
yes. Anything I can love bubbles is a potential thing. I was actually thinking of left hand side in 9 as possible as well, because both like 3.1, 3.2 is like kind of
Mm-hmm.
sus.
And it gets double rejected, so yeah, I'm thinking about left hand side and nine, but then people ask themselves the question of why did 1.3 happen?
Yeah, that's something we would like probably be very good like to ask complex after the game as well, just like so we can know what he was thinking when he did that pick.
Mm.
It's very interesting that like he's on rejecting the person that was on picked and not the on picker, right?
Yes, exactly.
Maybe that's just his way of like hammer blocking or something.
You
It's
know,
it's very weird.
I myself would probably think that because he's pick rejecting the unpicked person, he might be racing the unpicker.
Yeah,
Like,
that might be it.
like,
Or top, right? Is that our top? Like the 1.3?
hmm, hmm. I would be thinking more about top if just 1.1 be left alone. I think every player on this planet, when they see pick like that, they think, oh, is it a spy setting up a co-spy on M1?
I actually love like randomly on picking a 1.1 as any roles, just so I can do like the spy as
Oh
well.
yeah,
I think
it's, me too.
it's and when you do are like assassin and you do that 1.1, you like fuck up person minds so hard. It's really nice to see what the kind of stuff that happens.
And if you're VT and you unpick Merlin, then you open up a possible framing situation of like chatting with each other. I also found that it happens from time to time. So the chat is going on. So ninth is saying doing well. I actually think it's left hand side and ninth.
Yeah, that was my like my gut feeling when I'm from this game so far.
But
Who
yeah.
would be the PRs on that thing, though?
All right, let's see. Perhaps Llama Percy. I think Llama Percy Merlin helpless 1.4 after 1.3 and 1.2 both bad.
Let me see what Lemma has been chatting so far. Because I think Lemma is like Merlin, he doesn't really do Septo very much. I think he'll be like, he kind of opens Merlin a little bit.
He doesn't sound Merlin.
He did a Res 9, I think. No, he just said he's
Oh,
interested in 9, I
ninth
don't
would
know.
be definitely a PR. Like, this person is racing Llama after 2.5. This is crazy.
Yeah, and he's also like taking like he's a good time like to pick his mission here.
So yeah, from ninth
Yeah,
POV, you pick Llama, you pick Complex, and you pick Zack and Krag because this is just what you do.
yeah, I think that's like his exactly what I would do. Like I would choose one between JSM
Oh,
and Zach.
look, brusk. GSM said my only team is right hand side Llama Percy. Is he trying to get double spy hammer on left hand side and ninth? Because if nine's pick passes and it's not left hand side and fails because it should be left hand exactly like
Oh,
this, and I think this
this
is
is
the worst possible.
Yeah,
option.
I think this is just should not be clean, right? Like,
Okay, I'll tell you, if it is left-hand side and ninth, and this fails, then not only Spice have double hammer, but JSM is also saying that he claimed one team, which is right-hand side and Llama, and rest are fucked.
yeah,
Complex,
if
complex.
right if right hand side, I don't think I like right hand side in Llama. That's a really bad thing.
Yeah,
Because
but it
because
makes
think about
sense.
it. Yeah, Llama and complex less like choose pies are like really, really bad, so that doesn't count, right? And then you'll have like complex and Zach like uh, one like rejecting. That's so weird, right?
Why isn't he saying anti-Zack and Bubbles, for example?
I know. How did they get you right hand side in Llama?
Oh. Yeah, I think
In the
even if it's left-hand side and nine, just say, okay, such a strange mix. Nine for us llama.
Is it just anti Zach and anti Zach bubbles maybe?
Oh dear, if that's the case, then rest are just so lost. Because they aren't even picking. Oh, okay, I was thinking about anti-Zack, but it was him picking, so. Yes, Bubbles should be just rest. Wait, so. Oh, okay, I'm confused.
This is a very confusing.
Complex, I have an idea. Anti-uppers. Huge anti-uppers. I mean, I don't want to go with Bubbles, but 9 fresh Bubbles. Oh, is it
Yeah, that
possible? Is 9th to complex and the JSM?
I can see that word. Yeah, I can see that word definitely.
So 9 doesn't pick left hand side because, of course, of 1.3.
I'm interested why is Bubbles getting picked so much? Like why is Bubbles like on 3.3?
Well, actually, 9th to JSM and complex makes a lot of sense. Big Zigzag, which is the only complex team, approves 3.2, which is 1 Merlin. Wait. It would be 0 Merlins. And Percy, perhaps.
Dangerous 17 would be something like right hand side and Zach, right? If it's JSM. I really don't buy
Yeah, okay,
anti-complex in Llama.
yeah.
That's a very bad thing. Because if it's anti-complex and a Llama, then complex basically give up like a double spy hammer by rejecting
Hmm.
3.1. Maybe he didn't think like he was getting apt, but like it's a very weird thing.
So if complex is Merlin, he picks left hand side and 9th, is dead.
Oh my god, what?
Well, he had to override 9th because he rejected Zigzag. Well, I have to add this. Okay, I feel like this is not clean.
Yeah, I
Oh
don't think
dear.
it is true pass.
And freeze are so confusing this game. They don't
Okay,
make
so
logical sense.
who's getting rest now after this?
Zach? Oh, Zach
And
is
nine
res.
nine was like picked without Llama when nine like the first thing he said like is Llama is rest.
You
And
know
he's like
what?
double down, yeah.
It's left hand side and 9. It's left hand side and 9.
Yeah, it should be just that, right? I think that's like the same thing that makes the most sense.
And you know what's worst? Is that JSM said it's my last team is right hand side llama. This fails and complex does what? Rests Zack. So
Yeah.
people will really consider that team. Or at least so JSM says exactly one in Llama and Zack are res. But I'm gonna res. Okay, so he's gonna push right hand side Llama. But I think he's Morgana. I think it's 9th to complex and JSM.
Everything is kind of fitting for JSM and Bubbles should be two spies. Now JSM is resting Bubbles. Maybe trying to push like with his like spy mate.
So yeah. That is
But
very.
it's
Zach
a
is
bit weird. Like
leading crest to me? Okay, so ninth is yeah, I do think it's ninth to complex in JSM with 3.2 on Percy, 3.4 3.3 Percy again. I mean 3.4 Percy again.
yeah, right hand side and lemma is like, oh my god, it's so bad. I, I really wish it's not that.
I am not buying. Okay, I would like to read more of complex chat and JSM's chat. Well, Giga Info Claimer 9th said that's my only team, so. Well, 9th is very strange this game, but I think he's Russ.
Yeah, 9 is definitely some sort of PR.
So,
And
yes, left hand side and
Bubbles
9th.
Bubbles has made some weird picks and she's like not contributing much to the game, I feel.
A lot of chat. What is going on? Complex left hand side. Is left hand side still need 9th or bubbles? So complex says right hand side llama is a joke of the team. I don't really care.
But Bubbles accused M1, so that's very interesting as well. Bubbles accusing M1 as a spy with JSM is a bit because Bubbles just like risk JSM getting taken off by accusing M1, right?
Hmm. You know, I agree with that thinking, or more likely, I was agreeing with this thinking, but this tournament, I think it happened twice already. When Assassin is, or Morgana even. It happened in Duo, when Catfat picked it, when Saxjon was Assassin on picking someone. Exactly accused looked like this. And there was also Refrain, but I don't remember the 1.5. So I fully agree, but it happens more often
Yeah,
than I would like
I
it.
do think it's
Wait.
like
Uh,
you do not need to play logical as a spy. I think it's good like to do random stuff, just like to see what happens. I think it makes you look more res generally than like if you play completely logical as a spy.
uh, well, right now I
Okay.
am confused even more.
Yeah, JSM
Complex.
just yeah, JSM is just claiming like right hand side exact, right? He just picked capped.
Complex just spied llama.
Zach's just spy lemma as well.
Oh, what is going on? Okay, I will not move. I'm grounded in left hand side and ninth. I know that this is dead, but if complex is Merlin and it's ninth to complex, because complex Spice Llama, nine follows in Spice Llama. Am I correct?
Yeah. And Zach is spy lemma now as well after complex.
Did nine say? Oh, oh, actually nine didn't spy him.
I mean lemma is giving like some like very weird info for him to have.
Wait a second. Why is nine saying we can hammer on bubbles? I'm okay with that.
Oh my god. So complex is a spy?
He's trying to push zigzag. So this is his last team. He said that he likes zigzag, and this exactly because he spied Lama Percy. But complex is a
So this
spy.
changes the game completely, right? So complex should be a spy and bubbles is res then.
But he has so many rejects that are so good.
Oh my god, this is a very confusing game.
Oh my god.
Lemma does it. I mean, bubbles and complex being true res is really sus. I don't think they should be true res logically.
Lama and complex?
No, bubbles and complex.
Bubbles and complex. You know what? I am so incredibly confused because the zigzag, bubbles, I'm gonna be real. I don't buy zigzag. The table has conference bubbles, conf spite llama. Uh, um, is 9 for Merlin? Is
What
it
did 9 do this
anti-JSM
game?
complex? Because if it's anti-JSM complex, it was picked by bubbles. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. 3.2.
It should be maybe dead now.
Oh, do you remember? We said that this is such a strange pick that this isn't very logical and it has to be
Yeah.
PR.
Yeah,
Well,
if this, then maybe she likes Percy to
oh,
9.
okay, brusk. What do you think about bubbles to ninth and complex?
Yeah, I can see that happening, definitely.
So
But
that's
like,
why there's accused in 2.1 because 3 VTs.
I think if Bubbles is actually Percy, she'll be Percy to JSM, I think. Because like Complex is like a
Oh,
Merlin
okay.
candidate, solo
Mm-hmm.
rejecting 3.1, right? And then he's not like on and 3.2. That's a bit weird.
Bubbles to JSM and ninth makes a lot of sense.
So Zach is actually Res. That's pretty interesting. Oh, 9 just spy complex. Okay. It does look like 9 is just Merlin, right?
Yep.
I
It's
don't feel like 9 is a spy. I feel like he's more Merlin than spy this
yeah,
game.
he's definitely he shouldn't be a he's not a spy. I don't think so because he's been constantly involved into the game.
And then but then you have complex like solo rejecting a lot of like bad things.
So yeah, I think it's bubbles to ninth. Perhaps maybe ninth to bubbles, but it depends who Morgana is. But this is gonna be 50-50 on shot. Ninth to bubbles or bubbles to ninth. I would shoot ninth. I
I
wouldn't
would shoot
even
9 as
think.
well. Yeah, he did not follow logic very much. He rested Lemma like out of thin air this game.
Instantly. Instantly. Well, if complex is Morgana, then it's gonna be like, oh, so bubbles accused, and complex spied Zack. So that means 1.5 isn't clean, and if 1.4 is 2 VTs and isn't clean, then Llama is, VT on both Percival's. I mean, on both Merlin's team. So
Oh,
ninth to
Zach,
bubbles, so has some equity.
it seems like JSM is getting picked.
Is Sam's
Zach
getting
is like,
picked?
yeah, Zach is like hinting he likes JSM,
Oh,
and Bubbles is kind of like rolling with it.
uh, complex. I think you're
I think you're
Ras.
a rest.
Wait.
Oh,
Oh, what is going on?
what the
What,
fuck is the thing here?
what is going? If I would be Zach this game, I would be like, what the fuck? Honestly, this game makes it's no sense.
How is Complex and Bubbles like true rest? That's so weird.
Okay, I guess complex is Ras now. Is it really left hand side and nine? Still, like I keep coming back to this team.
Yeah, we keep it going back to left hand side in 9 because it kind of looks good, but people have been playing weird.
The left hand side and ninth was back in the ages when this game still had any sense to it.
Yeah, left hand side in 9 has like Llama Merlin, I think only, right?
Ninth PR and Llama Percy, yeah, but I wonder if ninth. What about ninth? I like bubbles. Okay, so complex like bubbles and left hand side does not work. Okay.
Okay, let's see.
Large. It is left hand side. It is left
Oh,
hand side in ninth. Or is it?
oh my god. No. Oh, it was 3.2.
So it
Yeah.
wasn't a complex in GSM. It was 3.2 and it was bubbles to ninth. Like we
Yeah, it was
thought.
Bubbles for 9. Yeah.
Yep. It was bubbles
Yeah,
to
but
ninth.
I understand Bubbles because like if this is clean, 9 is just dead. Like instantly.
Yep, it
Ye-
was ninth kind of suicided.
Yeah, I think she went with the last dead Merlin, so yeah, that makes sense. That
Oh,
was a very confusing, interesting game as well, right?
yeah, very strange game. Oh my god.
We did call a lot of stuff, right? We said like complex is not a spy like with clean hammers, right? We said that as well. We just
Yeah,
said
yeah.
was like, yeah,
And we said anti-complex in JSM. I think
yeah.
the
You
complex
also
spy.
called like the 2.1 accused on 3 VTs. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, those are nice. I enjoyed a lot.
Huge. Alright. Guys, this was a crazy game and thanks for watching. I'll see you next game.